Over to you.
And Carly, much of McMahon's hearing is expected to focus on how President Trump plans to dismantle the department. Moms for Liberty co-founder Tiffany Justice is going to be at that hearing. She joins me now. Tiffany, great to have you. Here's what Trump said yesterday about the DOE.
I'd like it to be closed immediately. Look, the Department of Education's a big con job. We're ranked, so they rank the top 40 countries in the world. We're ranked number 40th. But we're ranked number 1 in one department, costs per pupil. So we spend more per pupil than any other country in the world, but we're ranked number 40.
And to that end of ending it, Politico's reporting the Department of Education already firing employees in civil rights, student aid, and legal. Tiffany, what will be left of DOE when Trump is all said and done, and what will that mean for our children?
Hopefully parents in the driver's seat when it comes to their kids' education, because that is what truly needs to happen. Parents have the fundamental right to direct the upbringing of their children, and their education is included in that. President Trump is right. The education department has been a con job. We only have 30% of 8th graders in America reading on grade level, yet we spend over $850 billion a year on education in America.
Randi Weingarten didn't seem to be too concerned about the rights of our kids during COVID, but now she appears extremely concerned about the rights of children. Listen.
What is now coming down the pike in this aura of efficiency, it's not efficiency, it's evisceration. Yes. It is an attempt to take the funding and take the rights away from each and every child.
She sounds like someone who's about to lose a lot of power. What does getting rid of the Department of Education mean for the teachers' unions and people like her?
I've seen firsthand, I sat on school board, that union bosses lead to learning losses. When union bosses sit down at the table to bargain, they bargain for the teachers at the table, not the teachers in the classroom. We need to free teachers from the teachers' unions. We've seen nothing but corruption since the teachers' unions have been involved in education. We need to make sure that money is getting to the parents, and when we're funding classrooms, that money is going to those teachers' salaries so that we can make sure that kids are actually learning in school.
And part of the push from Trump and McMahon will be to give more power to the states, take it away from the feds. What will happen to our test scores, do you think, Tiffany, when the Fed gets out of the way, gives the money and the power back to the states when it comes to educating our children?
We just saw on the nation's report card the NAEP scores came out, and we saw states like Louisiana where you have a leader like Cade Brumley, a superintendent there of education, and the scores are going up because he does something called letting teachers teach. Go figure, right? We actually let teachers teach in the classroom, and we focus on the basics, reading, writing, and math. So I think what you're going to see is you're going to have states that are going to rise to the top, states that are using the tools that they need in the classroom to be able to teach kids to actually read. And I'm excited to see what Linda does because she's a business person. She knows that the outcomes that we have in schools are absolutely abysmal. Imagine if you made seatbelts and only 30% of the seatbelts actually worked, or you were a doctor and only 30% of the patients that you operated on made it off the operating room table. You would never be allowed to continue your business in that way, and yet we have the Department of Education that's been continuing to fail students. It's just unacceptable.
You know Linda McMahon personally. You have worked with her. Why is she the right person for this job?
She's sharp. She doesn't take any baloney. She's run businesses before. She's been in the Small Business Administration. She ran that for President Trump the last time he was in office. So she's ready to go. She knows how to deal with bureaucratic baloney. And so Linda does not suffer fools. I've watched her as she's led AFPI, the America First Policy Institute, and she's going to be a wonderful Secretary of Education for President Trump, executing on what he's saying. She knows that education has been a con job in America, and she wants to see parents in the driver's seat when it comes to their kids' education. We're going to do everything we can as moms to support Linda over the finish line.
You know, besides attacking her for Donald Trump's plan to get rid of the Department of Education, you know that they're going to go after her for running the WWE quickly. What do you make of that line of attack?
Well, I was a big wrestling fan when I was little. I was a big Hulk Hogan fan. It's been exciting for me to see Hulk Hogan out on that stage with President Trump. So I don't have any problem with Linda's experience running a very successful business. And I would imagine the majority of Americans don't mind either.
Yeah, it looks like we need some toughness. The WWE stands for toughness. We need some toughness when it comes to representing our children and their education. Tiffany Justice, thank you. Appreciate it.